on in when you're ready. We're going live here. Good morning. It's Jessica Magoch, CEO of JPM Sales Partners, teaching you everything I learned building, recruiting, training, leading a 9-figure sales team from 0 to over $100 million in revenue in just 3 years. And today I wanted to get a little personal with you. I wanted to share with you one of my tricks for getting anything that I want in life. So, and this was actually the reason I thought of this was because someone asked me what would the biggest mistake I ever made was in my business when I started. So to give you guys a little background, I built a very successful sales team. I worked in other areas in sales after that and, realized I had this amazing skill set to offer, and I had kids and I had Crohn's disease. And I said, I can't work for anybody else anymore. It's time to go out on my own. This was like when I was 31. And I started JPM Sales Partners. That wasn't actually the first business I started. I started some other online businesses that were just like growing very slowly. And I had a come to mama moment where I realized, what is your true value? Like really identifying what's the most valuable skill you have that people will pay you for. And for me, it was this mysterious skill set of building, training, and leading commission-only sales teams, right? People go, what? How do you even do that? Because anyone who's tried it knows how difficult it is. So we started JPM Sales Partners to build commission-only sales teams for startups. And my vision was always to help startups learn how to create strategies, build sales teams, and launch commission-only sales teams so they can grow and scale quickly and completely obliterate their competition. Because of course, if you're paying salaries, you're very limited as to your growth. But if you know how to build a successful commission-only sales team, you know how to compensate them, get the best people in, train them, develop them, lead them, wow, you have the greatest competitive advantage any company could hope for. So it is the secret to companies launching quickly is having large scale sales teams. Now, if you have a ton of money from investors, sure, you can use that to hire 100 salespeople as well. I probably would put the money into marketing to get leads to those salespeople. That's just my opinion. So when we first launched out of the gate, that first year was a great year. I had a 6-figure year. For a consultant or a coach to say out of the gate, they have a 6-figure year. It's like, great. But it wasn't the kind of business that I wanted to do. I wanted to be building sales teams for startups, or at least training and coaching sales teams for startups. And I don't need this. This is from something else I was doing earlier. So anyway, my first year was very successful. And then I said, but this isn't the business that I wanted. So I was helping companies recruit salespeople. I was helping companies put together sales strategies. But no. I wanted to have, a more passive business where I was enrolling people in through self-study programs at a much earlier stage in their business. So I had some like rough times, like just trying to build that. And when someone asked me what was the biggest mistake you ever made in your business, I realized it just this past fall. And the biggest mistake I made was listening to people who told me to say no to things that didn't align with what my vision was. Now, from a high level perspective, that sounds like good advice, right? Like, say no to things that don't fit in with your vision so that you're not getting deterred or distracted and you stay on course. However, where I wanted to go wasn't where I was going. So it was a struggle. And it's something that I still want to continue growing, but it's such a struggle. And I think the lesson is, you've got to, no matter what you have in mind of what you want your business to be or what you want it to do or the packages you want to deliver, even the audience you want to help, you have to listen to the market. The market will tell you what it wants. So the answer to that for me was to stop saying no. It wasn't that I didn't have people coming to me all the time asking me to do this kind of package or this or that. And I would say no to everything that wasn't in line with what I wanted to do. And that hurt us. So I started saying yes. I started saying yes to everything. And I said, I'll say yes, and I will figure out how to do it later, because I have the skill set and the knowledge and the expertise to do it. We might not have the operations in place. We might not have the team in place, but those are all things that can be done. So the lesson for me was, and then we had I think in, December, we closed out with like 45,000 in new business, which is great for a little small shop. Right. So the lesson there being to start saying yes to things. And this definitely trickles into your life, right? So you might say, I really want this thing. I want to, I'll put out one of my vision board items, win a Grammy. So I want to do these things, but I don't necessarily know what the path is to get there. There's not a clearly defined path. But when opportunities come my way, I have to trust that it will lead somewhere. It might not lead to the exact thing that I thought I wanted, but it's going to lead somewhere good if I continue saying yes. Now, if I want to say no, then I really have to examine where that no is coming from. Is it coming from a sense of fear of like, I don't know if I can deliver this. I don't know if I can follow through on this. What I'll usually do then is take an intuition check and say, and if my first intuition was to say, yes, go for it, and then I pull back and go, oh, wait, no, that's a bad idea because of XYZ, then I go with my first instinct, which was to say yes and figure it out later. However, if my first instinct is no, and I realize it's because of some red flag or something on the team that I don't want to be involved in, or it's totally out of, context of what I want to do, then I will know that and I will have such peace with that. I will never have to struggle over like, should I have taken that opportunity or not? And I hear people saying no all the time. I recently offered someone an opportunity, a job with me because I was expanding my team, and this particular person complained all the time about not having money. Guess what? This person did not need or have time for to earn extra money when it came down to it. So people like the world will throw opportunities in your lap, but you have to be the one that says yes and shut off that critic in your mind that's telling you all the reasons why it's not going to work. Right? I was recently invited to Birdland, and of course my immediate response is like, yes, of course we're playing at Birdland. And then all the, the negative chatter comes in. Oh, maybe we're not good enough. Maybe we're not ready yet. What are they going to think? Maybe we should wait. You've got to say yes to things and just figure it out later. You never know what's going to come from the next opportunity. So one thing leads to another, and it will help you find your path. And it's really actually quite exhilarating because the more you say yes, you'll see the more opportunities come to you and come right in your lap. And the more you say no, the more opportunities skip you over, they pass you up. Like, this person keeps saying no, then we're going to move on to the next person. So there's a movie about that with Jim Carrey. What is the name of the movie? Someone tell me. You get bonus points if you could remember the name of the movie. It's something about saying yes for sure. Anyway, he went to like a seminar and he had to say yes or really bad things would happen to him. And he learned that the more he said yes, the more great things entered his life. So I want to challenge you this week as those New Year's resolutions start to, get less motivating, to start saying yes to things that fall in your lap and just see what happens. Okay, no drugs, no, nothing illegal. Okay, those are the rules. But start saying yes to things, and I want to see what happens. All right, have a great week, everyone. Bye.